Hello and welcome to the Yuvend tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be putting you through creation of sales orders. This includes creation of automatic sales and creation of manual sales. And I will be explaining the different scenarios which necessitates manual sales. So I will just log right in with a salesperson from Marina. And I'm in. On login, I click make sale retail. Now this is the sales page. The first thing I want to do is create an automatic sale or a normal sale. So I select, I could type in my SKU or I could scan my item for the SKU. So I just type in this and notice that there are suggestions for SKUs as you type, and beside the names of each item you have the quantity of the item. So this helps you to know exactly what you have in stock for that particular item. So I'm just going to select this, whichever one, and we can see that our search result is populated. So I select my cart, which then adds the item to my sale. At this point, I want to add a customer. Either I create a new customer or I add an existing customer. So I'm going to create a new customer. And we're done. So there is a sales going on for Esther Additional right now, but Esther Additional seems to be delaying for one reason or the other. So in order not to keep my queue long, I could commence the sale for another person. So I could attend to another customer while Esther Additional makes up her mind. So I'm just going to click new sale. I'm going to create a new customer. And done. So we can see here that we have two tabs, one for Esther Additional and one for Dupe Kolawole. When you click that for Esther Additional, we can see our existing sale. And when you click Dupe Kolawole, we can see that we haven't added an item to Dupe sales. So what we're going to do is to include an item. I'm just going to clear this and search for another SKU. So I'm just going to select this with quantity 2, and we can see it right here. So I go right ahead and add to cart, meaning add to sales. So at this point, I want to complete processing for Dupe Kolawole. I select this, and this is the payment option. Now at this point, I have the option to split payment if Dupe decides she wants to pay some with cash and some with the POS. But for this first test, I'm just going to pay all with cash. And an invoice is generated, as we can see. You can decide to print the invoice by clicking that button. So I do not want to print the invoice, so I'm just going to close this dialog box. Then we can see we have additional still pending. Now at this point, Esther has finally decided that she does not want to buy any item. Not to worry, you can just close Esther's sales without pushing it. So you select this, and Esther Additional sale goes away. Now moving on to manual sales. before we try out manual sales, there are two scenarios for manual sales. The first is there could be a price variance which you need to sell at the right price. So you could edit your price. And if you edit your price, it means you are automatically making a manual sale. I'll take that again. To be able to edit a price, you need to make that sale a manual sale. Now, the second scenario is this: when you want to sell on credit. So we're going to start with the first scenario. I will select an SKU. I will select this. Now we can see that this item is 1,000 naira. But this item is, we assume that it is supposed to be 1,500 naira. So obviously you cannot edit the price at this point. So you have to tick this checkbox, manual sale, and then you can edit the price. And after editing, you add to cart, meaning you add to sale. So you add your customer. We could decide to use Ester additional already, or to create a new one. So we've created before, and let's put you through searching. So I just type in my name and voila, I have suggestions. So I just select Ester additional and select it right here. And Ester additional has been included to our sales. So all we have to do now is push the sales for approval. I select this, and the system prompts me that I must include a reason. Every manual sale requires a reason. A manual sale cannot be made without giving a reason. So I'm just going to put here. And after including my reason, I'm going to select this. And instantly we can see that our manual sale has been created right here and has been included in the manual sale dialog. So you can decide to send for approval, which you must do if you want the sale to go through. So you select send for approval, and we can see operation successful. Now at this point, take note that the button which was previously reading remove is out now. This is because once a manual sale has been sent for approval, it cannot be deleted. So we are going to wait for our approvals to be gotten before we can move further on this. As each approver gives an approval for a manual sale, if the manual sale is reloaded, we can see the email of the person who has currently approved the sale. So we're just going to wait for this manual sale to be completely approved. There are 2 approvals per manual sale, and both approvals must be gotten before the manual sale can be made. I'm just going to reload, and we can see that both approvals have been gotten, and we now have a button for sell, which means we can now make this manual sale. So I'm just going to click sell, and we can see that the payment option pops up, and I select this, which means go ahead with payment, and we have our invoice. So that is how to create a manual sale, which has to do with price. So I'm just going to close this. Now for our second scenario of manual sales. This is selling with credit, or selling on credit, I mean. So I'm just going to include an SKU 7. Okay. Then I'm going to select manual sale, and I'm going to select the type of credit I want. So we're going to go with red money, and instantly we can see there's another option for credit token. So this is where you include the token, and after including that, do not forget to include your customer, because if you do not associate a customer with the sales, you're going to get an error like this: no item selected to sell. This is the second error you're going to get if you do not include the item in the sale. Right now we just tick this as a manual sale, but we didn't include it. So I'm just going to include it, and I'm going to try again. Then now we can see, please enter reason for manual sale. So then I'm going to try again, and finally we have the error of no customer. So we added a customer, and I'm just going to create a new customer. And done. So I go right ahead and select this, and instantly we can see it comes under our manual sales. So I'm going to send this for approval, and we're good. Just before we conclude this manual sale, I'm going to show you something else just quickly. I select an SKU. Now I want to make a credit sale, but somehow I forgot to tick this manual sale, and I just tick this and include this and include my reason. And do this. Okay, so I include my item, then I do this, and our customer error, definitely. So we're just going to add an existing customer, do this, then conclude our sales. And we just noticed that even though I forgot to select the manual sale option here, we can see the manual sale right here. Dupe Kolawole is right here. So long as it is a credit sale, it will definitely be a manual sale. So I'm just going to send this for approval. And this is done. So you can select this to see the details of the manual sale. And I'm going to reload. Okay, so this has been completely approved. So I'm just going to sell this. Now, just before I reload this, if there is a case where the approval has not been gotten, and one of the people to approve says he or she did not receive the email, you can feel free to click this button again, and it resends the email to the various persons who have not approved. So once you click that, it's going to send it again to the persons who have not approved. So all our manual sales have been approved and sold. We're going to go to the sales details page to see a list of all our sales for today. So I go to the home page, I select make sale, I select sales detail. So I want to search, and I'm going to select searching by from 19th October to 19th October. So I select search, and we can see a list of all our sales. So this is a list of all our sales, including the manual sales and the automatic sales. This first is the automatic sale. The second is the manual sale, and we can see that it shows the details of the sales. So once you click on any of them, it shows the details. So I'm just going to do one last transaction, and this time around I'm going to split payments. So I go home, make sale retail, select, select, select this, and this. Now this is 16,900 naira. I want to pay some with POS and pay the remaining with cash. So I'm just going to pay 10,000 naira with cash and 6,900 naira with the POS. And I do this. Voila, our sales have gone through. So that is how to create the different types of sales orders. Thank you very much.